Welcome to the Single Player Report podcast. I'm your host, Jarvey Rocks, and I thought it was going to be a good couple days, like maybe until next week before I actually upload a new episode in this. But no, companies keep on making terrible decisions. Oh, and so I have to fucking talk about it. Well, I don't have to, but I want to. I want to give my thoughts, want to share my opinions on all this. But man, I was planning to upload other videos before uploading this. I have two playthroughs that I was planning to upload. I have a playthrough that's waiting to be uploaded tomorrow, but I'm making this video the day it has to be uploaded. So we got some news. We got news, and they're not good at all. And I want to talk about them because this is just all bullshit. So let's just get into the stories. It's only like 4 stories, but I got a lot to say. So I want to look at this article. It says, we're done paying for exclusive failures. Unionized Xbox developers hold a press conference to make their point as massive Microsoft reportedly readies massive layoffs. So if you don't know about this, there's been talks that a couple studios might be laid off by Microsoft. So these are the studios: Double Fine and Ninja Theory, and Compulsion Games are reportedly at the risk of shutting down. So they are having a press conference and meeting to talk to Microsoft about going independent, like completely finding new owners, or just to go completely independent. They're trying to make a deal. Like, what can we do? Can we buy just our company so we can go independent? Like, I don't like. And you know what's kind of Double Fine, if you don't know, is the developers of Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2. And they recently released like a new game not too long ago. It's like some kind of like battle royale. It's like this battle royale game, but you're like you make your own characters out of like clay and vases, and like you'd be like a vase and stuff, and you got to like try to break the other vase. Like I think that's what the game is. I never played it. It looked like a cool little fun little multiplayer game, but I didn't play it. They also released like this one game called like, was it The Keeper or something, where you're like this lighthouse and shit, and it's like some kind of like fun little platformer. Like they released that too. I think that's Double Fine. I think so. And Ninja Theory literally announced a game at the Xbox showcase, literally like a couple weeks, like a month ago, which was a third game in the Hellblade series. It was just called well, what's the main character's name? It's the main character of the series. That game looked fun, but Ninja Theories have come out and said, yeah, we knew about this layoff, so basically we still had them show the game so companies could buy us. We were basically like advertising ourselves, selling us like, this is what we have in store. And that's why they talked about the game and stuff being more of like a actual, like it's still got a narrative story, but they said they're going to focus a lot on the combat and actual like gameplay and stuff. So this is I don't understand. These companies have give Xbox, even Compulsion Games, they literally made South of Midnight, which was like, it was a critically acclaimed game. People loved it. People enjoyed it. We had Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Games, Tango Software or whatever. That game was critically acclaimed and did well, but I guess because I don't know why these companies are shutting down. Is it because they don't really have the money? Well, you doing Game Pass. I feel like Game Pass is hurting. That's hurting them more than anything. And you're probably like, well, Game Pass is doing a lot. Is doing good. I'm not saying it's not doing good, and it's probably making them money, but like, it's not making enough money to probably help develop a game. I don't truly, because you subscribe for has either a month or a year, and game development probably costs more than as many people even subscribe, and usually those costs get helped when someone actually buys a game. And so far, it seems more like Game Pass isn't doing anything for the fucking developers because they're getting laid off. People are saying, well, Xbox is like, no, this is good for the developers and stuff. And then they get news of, oh, you're going to be laid off. We're thinking about picking the studios to lay off, and you're gonna be fired. So fuck you. People were kind of hopeful when the new CEO the new studio was showing that she was making good decisions by stop, like, everyone's like, oh, she's doing making some good decisions. I'm not gonna blame the new CEO, the new boss of Xbox. I'm not gonna blame her, as I never blamed Phil Spencer for this. It's not their decisions. I'm gonna say this now. They are just the face at this point. There were higher ups above them making this decisions and shit, and they have to be the face to basically be, I made the decision, but they're not actually making the decisions that affect like employees and stuff. I bet if Phil Spencer did make the decisions, he would probably find a way to not shut down these studios. And the same with the new CEO. Is that her name? Asha? I bet because you don't want to be the person who's the face of, I have to shut down a studio. Like, people see who you are. While higher ups, no one really sees who they are because they're not the face of the company. They're not making the press conferences. They're not in the videos. They're not in the showcases. They are just there and behind the scenes. It's kind of the same with PlayStation. I'm not saying they don't make decisions at all. The Phil Spencer and them. I'm not saying they never made decisions at all, but it's more like smaller decisions that have never really like higher up. So I fucking hate this. I hate these layoffs. I hate layoffs, and it has nothing to do with like game development stuff. It has everything to do with these companies making poor financial decisions and shit. And they're just like, fuck it. We've made some bad financial decisions, so we're gonna make all our employees suffer because that makes sense. Like, I truly do not agree with this. I think this is stupid. This is dumb, and this is like idiotic. I think Xbox laying off developers because they had to buy Activision is fuck. Okay, this is all because Activision. This is all because of their fucking stupid fucking plan of trying to buy Activision, and they wasted all their money, and so now they have to lay off companies because they fucked themselves. And it even seems like Xbox regrets doing that decision. I feel like they have, ever since they bought them, kind of realized they fucked up, and they regret their decision. I think it's the same with like Sony when they bought Bungie. That was like a quick, like, we got to buy someone because Xbox has bought Activision, and it's kind of fucked them over. Because Activision was fine. I'm gonna be honest. I think Activision probably would have been fine without having to be bought. I think they were trying to make a big deal, like, oh, we're about to be shut down, we're gonna go bankrupt and stuff. But I think they would have been fine. And if not, then maybe another company could, buy their IPs and they could actually make games on their IPs that isn't Call of Duty. Because Activision makes terrible decisions as well, so it doesn't really matter. Both these companies are making terrible decisions. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, Xbox is back. Phil Spencer's gone. Xbox is back. They're doing good decisions. They're making games exclusive, even though it's just 2 games they made console exclusives. Even all their other games that aren't even out yet are not console exclusives. I mean, I understand like Halo not being console exclusive because that's a game's about to release very soon. Very soon. So I understand they're like, okay, we're gonna keep with that plan. But Fable's like next year. I can understand them canceling the Fable port because even the Gears PS5 port was still like a very good development. It was alongside the Xbox port. They canceled it literally at the last minute, it seemed like. Everyone was saying. So I don't know. This is just fucking insane. This is insane to me. Everyone's like, "Oh, Xbox is back. Xbox is winning because everything's console exclusive. They're becoming console exclusive again, and all that." And I will say one positive about Xbox. They were announcing games. They have been announcing games for a while now. While PlayStation is not announcing games, and we barely know what's future for PlayStation, except this year. They seem to be going good with announcing new projects here and there. I don't know. I think this is obviously still they're making the bad decisions. Companies want to apparently be in competition of who can make the worst fucking decision ever. Like, oh, I can make the worst decision. No, I can make the worst decision. No, I can make the worst decision. Somehow, Nintendo is winning at the moment from these two like companies making even worse decisions than Nintendo. How? Nintendo very much has been making a shit ton of bad consumer decisions. You know who is 100% winning out of all? Valve. Valve is 100% winning. Before you say anything with the Steam machine, that's not in their control, sadly. But with their consumer, like friendly consumer, like help and stuff, like they very much have a great fucking like customer service. So and they always are friendly with like sales and shit, like PlayStation and Xbox. They barely do any big sales on like newer games or just really any game. It has to be like a very old game for it to get like a really good sale. And Steam is like, nah, here you go. Here's a good ass sale. Like I truly think Valve is the best like consumer friendly platform. I'm not saying they have not made weird decisions or even bad decisions. Like no company's perfect. No company's perfect. But out of all the decisions that at least is consumer friendly, they have been doing way better than fucking the console developers, the console studios. 100% way better than fucking Nintendo. At least PlayStation, Xbox have a refund policy. It's fucking dumb. Like for PlayStation, you have to like not install the damn game for you to get a refund. If you install that game, even accidentally, uh, you cannot refund that shit. You own that game. Well, not own, but you know what I mean. We're gonna get into that, don't you worry. But you can't refund that shit. And Xbox, you can't. You can refund even if you install it, but actually, I don't really know the Xbox refund policy. I know you can refund. I think it's the same thing as PlayStation. Like you can't install a game, but you can still refund. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Valve, you have at least 2 hours. Well, you can play the game for an hour and 59 minutes. But as soon as you hit that 2 hour mark, you cannot refund the game, and it has to be within a certain amount of days. But you can still refund. It's a better policy than both Xbox and PlayStation, and it's a way better refund policy than Nintendo. You can't even buy the damn game. If you bought that game at all, even if you didn't even install it, you cannot refund that motherfucker. You own that. Again. So, and even Steam offers like with GOG, you have what's it card? Don't worry, I'll look it up. With a GOG, yeah, DRM free. So GOG has DRM free, and so basically that means every game on GOG can be downloaded, even if you don't have the internet. Like you can keep the files and have them forever. Like you can keep the files of the game, and then it's always in your. You can put it on a flash drive and stuff, and you will always be able to keep them. Now, of course, not every on GOG every game has it. So you could say GOG is better than Steam, but Steam allows it. Like people don't realize this, but Steam allows you to do that as well. And a lot of developers, like a lot of indie developers, I'm going to say there's a lot of indie developers have that option. So like New Blood, every New Blood game can be downloaded and kept on a hard drive, and you own it forever. So games like Dusk. I know other New Blood games. Gloomwood. There we go. What's that one game where you're like fighting mafia guys? I can't remember. But games like New Blood, and it's mostly like indie developers, indie publishers and stuff. They allow like DRM free games. They allow you to be able to own the files. Like you literally own them. So if the store ever shut down, you will still be able to keep your files, keep the game and stuff. Even if they completely shut down or completely remove, Steam allows you to do that. Again, it's not for every game because the AAA developers like, Capcom, Sony, Microsoft, all of them, they fucking put DRM. They fucking force you to only be able to install them from Steam themselves. But indie developers and shit allow you to keep your game. Allow you to keep your digital game even after the store shuts down. You can't do that with PlayStation. You can't do that with the Xbox. I love how I'm talking about digital ownership, and that's not the story I'm focusing on. What the hell? I'm trying to show you why Steam is awesome. Let's get back on track. I do not agree with these layoffs. I think these layoffs are absolutely fucking stupid. And I hate that this is a common like thing with people like it's the modern day gaming industry. You have to expect layoffs. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. If companies better manage their studios, they could 100% not have to lay off fucking company people. If fucking higher ups did a pay cut from their own fucking paychecks, they could very much still not have to lay off people. So no, this should not be a thing we should be accepting. This should not be a thing we should fucking be okay with. Like this is bullshit. These companies make fucking well received games critical, games people love, people want to play. And Xbox is like, well, thank you for doing that, but fuck you too. Go away. Shoo. 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 And everyone's just like, okay, yeah. That's just normal gaming now, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think we're putting way too much money on games. We're focusing way too much on graphics. We're focusing way too much on making like a big, millions of dollar fucking game. And if studios just kind of lowered the budget a little bit, then and focus more on how to make the game cheaper, then maybe we can not have to fucking lay off developers. Maybe we don't have to fucking screw over people. I do not agree with these layoffs. I think they're fucking stupid. Very much. Let's move on to the next story. None of them are going to get better. None of them are going to get better. Sony PlayStation will remove hundreds of purchased movies and TV shows from user libraries in September. Sony has announced it is removing hundreds of purchased movies and TV shows by Studio Corneri from players' digital libraries. This will begin September 1st, with Sony citing seemingly expiring content licensing agreements as the reasons. So what does this mean? This means if you purchased anything, and I guess this has to do with like I guess it has to do with like PlayStation 3 and stuff. So basically, they're saying like if you ever bought a digital game from the PlayStation, at one point like the PS3 could sell like movies and stuff. Like the PlayStation Store sold movies, and then they stopped doing that. But you could still access your movies that you bought and stuff through the PlayStation Store. Now you can't. And it's because of like an expiring content license. Like Sony sees no reason to keep the content license agreement. They're like, yeah, no, we don't want to continue to do this, so we're not going to buy a new license. So, what movies have been, what movies that are included? They're only really including the notable movies, but there are tons and tons of other movies. It's like, I believe the number was 551, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Did they mention it? Nope. This article just does not even give the number. They just say hundreds of movies. And it ends with comments. But it says Notable films listed include Apocalypse Now, The Final Cut, The Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, From Dusk Till Dawn, Hot Fuzz, Inside Llewyn Davis, Moonrise Kingdom, Paddington 2, Pan's Labyrinth, which is funny. Pan's Labyrinth got a new, is going to be re-released in theaters. Oh my god, yay, Pan's Labyrinth released in theaters. Hell yeah. But if you own it digitally, it's fucked. You're gone. PlayStation's taking that away from you. But you can go see it in theaters. Or, buy it on Blu-ray. The first three First Blood / Rambo films. So, Rambo, First Blood, Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3. That Rambo 3 is not even called First Blood anymore. They removed the First Blood title from the third Rambo movie. Sharknado, Silver Linings Playbook, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, This is Spinal Tap, and Train to Busan. TV shows include American Gods, The Young Pope, and Trust Me. Train to Busan is a good movie. That's a good zombie movie. Oh, absolutely great one. Anyways, if like owning digital isn't owning, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. I 100% agree with that. I know you should say that, but I'm going to, because what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is why I love physical media. For a while there, I will admit, when I bought my PlayStation, which is a digital edition, I will admit, my PlayStation is a digital edition. PS5, digital edition. I was going to go full digital. I was going to go, you know what? I'm done owning physical media. And then I realized that was a terrible decision, and I went back a year later to fucking wanting to own physical media again. Because what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? No, seriously, what the fuck? They're removing people, and the thing is, you will no longer get to, you will lose access completely to these movies, and you won't even be refunded for it. You've lost access to this fucking movie, and PlayStation is fine with you not being refunded. This is bullshit. 100%. At least give me my money back. Give me my money back. What the hell? Physical media. I don't fully believe physical media is going to be gone. I feel like there's going to be companies out there who will still make physical media, who will still want to make physical media when companies do not want to. And you know what? Companies will be like, you know what? Fine. You can have your physical media. Limited Run, even though I think Limited Run has made some pretty fucking shitty decisions, and I hate that they will refuse to fucking reprint games because they want to constantly have fucking rarity. They want that rarity thing, which I think is bullshit. So Limited Run is bad, but there's other physical game companies. It's not just Limited Run, but I'm using Limited Run as an example. They have wanted to make physical games for companies for stuff, and a lot of Konami and stuff has went with them to make physical games. So we got companies like Limited Run. We got other companies that are better than Limited Run. But people, if there is a company that will make physical things, then yeah. Shell Factory was the one really making physical copies for studios, for movies. And I love physical media. For a while there, I thought I did it. I thought, I'm done with physical media. And this was even, my decision came from me just missing owning physical media. Like it had nothing. It didn't come from like seeing the studios remove things, because in the back of my mind I realized that's what happens, and I kind of lied to myself, I guess. But I'm back to being full of physical media, and I regret buying my PlayStation 5 digital edition 100%. I don't regret buying it. I will say I don't regret buying it, but I regret buying just that edition. Like, I don't know. Do I regret buying a PS5? Yes and no. I love playing third-party games. Love Resident Evil and stuff. But I hate that there was barely any fucking actual, like, PlayStation made games, like games that I bought a PlayStation for. I hate that. I think that was fucking stupid. But I bought my PlayStation 5 on launch. Like, it was like a launch console. This, I truly think this is like a dumb decision PlayStation is 100% doing. And I get it. It's like they're losing license and stuff. Then buy the fucking license again. Buy it. What the fuck? Like, in the news came from like a person on a media post. They got like a notification saying the news first test attention thanks to a social media post shared a message sent by PlayStation users notifying them that their purchase content would soon become unavailable. Previously purchased 5.535B25 off it was Sony kind of happy to shift their customers, giving half the price chance. Shaft. Again, I'm gonna repeat. If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. And I'm gonna say this because this is an honest thing that I've always believed. There have been history where indie filmmakers and developers have become popular because someone pirated their movie or game. There was one example, like this indie filmmaker. I can't remember the name of the movie, and it sucks that I can't remember the name of the movie. This indie filmmaker made a movie, and he released it, and no one bought it. No one bought it, and it very much hurt his sales, and he almost gave up on filmmaking. And then one day, someone was browsing, like, I think Pirate Bay or something, and they found the movie. And they're like, okay, I'm going to watch this movie. They watched it, and they loved it. They shared it to their friends. They talked to their community, and people, one by one, started watching this movie, started watching and enjoying, and they're like, holy shit, this movie's fucking incredible. We got to buy this movie. We pirated it, but we gotta buy this movie because this movie's so fucking good. We have to support the developers. We have to support the filmmaker and stuff. And they bought the movie, and the filmmaker was like, thank you guys. Oh my gosh. And this has happened over and over. If your product's good, people will buy. If your product's good, people will buy. Maybe they pirated it first, but if they loved it enough, they will buy it. This has been proven again. And mostly people pirate because they don't have the money to afford it. And developers like fucking New Blood, who I mentioned previously, New Blood supports pirating their games. They very much support it. If you cannot afford it, pirate it. They very much support that shit. And you know what? I am. I want to be an aspiring filmmaker or game developer. I very much like the two mediums, and I'm fine with doing whatever. And if I made a game, that's what I would say too. I would say, yeah, if you can't afford it, as long as you play the game, that's fine with me. And if you love it and you eventually do want to support it, then do it. I know this is like a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, but yeah, no. I've very much never fully hated um all shit like that. I never fully hated it because I understand why people sometimes need to do it, and I understand. I understand it. I fully understand it. If you have the money and you're just pirating just to pirate, then yeah, that that sucks. That's awful. But if you can support if you find something you love and you can support it, then support it. Support it. Give them money. Very much. But this is very much like this whole bullshit of companies like, oh yeah, let's buy all this. Let's have you buy all these games, these movies, and then we're gonna fucking take them from you. Fuck you. This is mine. This is mine. You can't have that. You can't have that. Physical media is amazing, and I love physical media. I absolutely love physical media, and don't want it to go away. And a lot of people will think like, oh, this generation, my generation, Gen Z, doesn't like physical media. There have been surveys where people are buying more physical media in my generation than people are buying in older generations. So fuck you. Because we love physical media. We love it. We love it. And we see companies fucking us over. Like, well, you don't own this. Guess what? No one's coming in my goddamn house and stealing my fucking physical media. I'll punch them in the face before they could touch that shit. They don't need to come in my house for a digital. They can just be like, oh, okay, mine now. Not yours. Mine, because it's just a license. It's just a license. It's just a license to have it. But not a license to keep it forever. And again, that's why I love like companies like New Blood who do release games on Steam and even GOG, and they allow you to keep their game digitally forever. As long as you install it and you put it on a flash drive or something, you can own that game forever. Maybe even burn it on a disc. Own it forever. I love that Steam allows that. GOG fully allows it, while Steam allows companies to choose whether or not they can have it. But most of the time, if it's any developer, they're choosing to allow it. Which, hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is awful. But the next story we're going to talk about shouldn't be shocked when this was announced literally a couple days ago. This story is new. The story that these two stories literally published today. It's on their PlayStation blog. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. With GTA 6, I said in my video talking about GTA 6 and its digital physical release with no disc, I didn't have a disc, it's just a code. I said that this was going to be the start of companies slowly wanting to go digital only. And then after I released that video, Rockstar, I fully read what Rockstar said, and they said, we're still releasing. We're going to release a disc, but it's going to be a couple months later, and it's so people cannot leak our game. That was their reasoning. And a part of me was like, okay, I'll believe you for now. But I'm still in the back of my mind like, that's not the reason, is it? I think you're just saying that as PR bullshit. I think that's very much what that is. I was right. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. PlayStation's going to go full digital only. PlayStation 6, digital only, which I guess is a way to make it cheaper. There's a plus in that. PlayStation 6 is going to be cheaper at least. Maybe like $5 cheaper. Maybe $5 cheaper. Yeah. So it's probably going to be $1,200 and no $1,300. Probably going to be $1,300. And now they're making it to where it's going to be $1,295. This is a dumb decision, and I fucking hate it. Like, I feel like I've made myself very clear on I do not like this decision, and I think this is very fucking stupid. But game companies want to see it like that. I mean, in history, they've been proven to just remove access to games that you own. PT was the biggest example. PT's the Silent Hills playable teaser made by Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, and when the falling out between Hideo Kojima and Konami happened, Konami delisted PT playable teaser from PlayStation 4 store, and they allowed they had it to where you could no longer download it. People found a way to download it, but they made it to where you could no longer download it unless you do like a crazy fucking like a bunch of crazy steps. Like you had to do a lot of steps. It was still easy to download it, but you still had to do like a good amount of steps before you could play it. Before you could re-download it. So they've done it before. They've taken your games. So they're going to do it again. But if a company really does not want you to play a game, they will 100% revoke that access from you to play it. I think this is just absolute bullshit. I think this is terrible. I think this is a terrible decision. What is these companies? Why do these companies want to fucking like fight? Like, wait, Microsoft's like, I have so many terrible news, and PlayStation's like, don't worry, I got more terrible news. Fuck you. I'm doing worse consumer practices than you. Fuck you. Why are you guys fighting with each other? Who can have the worst story? Why? Why do you want to do this? Why? This is a strange thing to fight about. This is so strange. Absolutely strangest. Like, stop it, guys. You're both awful. Is tomorrow Nintendo gonna have something worse to share with us? Like they're gonna have 3 bad news? Like, oh, guess what? We got 3 new awful news to say. We're suing more people. We're suing more game companies. We're suing fan game developers. We're suing so many people you can't even hold your breath. And that's not the worst. That's not just the worst of it all. The PlayStation Store for PS3 and Vita is being shut down. You remember a while back, it was like a couple years ago, PlayStation announced they were going to shut down the PlayStation 3 store and the PlayStation Vita store, and then lots of people like, no, fuck you, do not shut down the store. And so PlayStation compromised, and I always thought in the back of my mind, they're not going to shut it down for now, but they're very much going to shut it down in the future. And look, the future's here, guys. The future's here. They're shutting it down now. And a lot of you are probably like, well, no one uses the PlayStation Store. Well, I do, and a lot of other people do too. I like buying. Like there's a lot of still good amount of games on the PlayStation Store, and I have bought a couple of games on PlayStation Store. Literally yesterday. I bought Siren Blood Curse, and I bought which was strange enough. I found this Doctor Who game, which I knew about it a long time, but I thought it was already delisted. It was a Matt Smith like 2.5D puzzle platformer, and I thought it was already delisted from the PlayStation Store. But I was scrolling for the PlayStation Store and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I bought it. It was like $10. I love Doctor Who, so that made sense. I wanted to play it, and I now can. And it confused the fuck out of me when I first played it. I was like, I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna figure it out. Not at the moment, but going to eventually. So what they're doing is, in Mexico, these other 2 places. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce those. PlayStation Store on PS3 will close starting August 2026. And additional Latin American and Middle Eastern countries will close late 2026, so after August and stuff. And in other countries, PlayStation Store, so like America and stuff, PlayStation Store on PS3 and PS Vita will close in January 2027. So we're giving out enough time to buy all the games that's on PlayStation Store. And do they say you can still, as we continue to expand the PlayStation experience on new devices that most of us players are playing on today, we need to focus on more resources and delivering the best gaming experience on these platforms that we look forward in the future. Continues to evolve after decade. Tease the transition, players will still be able to download previously purchased content as of the closing date for the foreseeable future. So, yeah, I don't truly believe that, but you know. At least they gave us a good few years before they fully closed it. Both of these stories, like truly, like they're really just fucking us. They're really doing so much. And a lot of people are just accepting it. A lot of people are like, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. And I don't know why. I don't know why you guys don't want to own the media you want to own. I don't know what's this strange hatred to physical media. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people are accepting that you shouldn't be able to own the games you own. There's a lot of physical media, sadly, that is just digital only. Um, as in the game's not on the disc, but you can put it in, and the game allows you to install it. PlayStation's been doing this for years, and Nintendo's doing it with the game key cards and stuff. But then once in a while, a company, well, strangely like CG Projekt Red and Bethesda, but Machine Games specifically with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, both of those games are fully on the cart of fucking their games. And like Cyberpunk 2027, which is a huge game, the full game is on the cart and it looks amazing on Switch 2. And the same with Indiana Jones, which again, it looks fucking amazing on the Switch 2. Like, it's fucking strange. And these are games that are on the cart. Like, out of all the games I think I would see on like a game key card, and games that are on an actual cart, those two would not be the number one examples. Like, I would not think that. I would think they would be like on a game key card. I think there'd be like you put it in and have to download the content because they're big games. Like, okay, yeah, they were able to do that on just the cart. So that's crazy. While other companies like Square Enix cannot put a fucking a pixel art game on the cart, or an old PS3 game on the cart. Like the Dragon Quest, the Dragon Quest HD 2D remakes, Square Enix put them on a game key card. Those games can fit on a fucking fully on a cart. So that's just fucking crazy. Physical disc production ending in January. And this very much 100% confirms that the PlayStation 6 will be a digital only console completely. There will not be a physical version. And this is just crazy. I bet GameStop is fucking freaking the fuck out. Like, oh my god, they're trying to get us out of business, which is strange. They're still in business. I guess GameStop is going to fully become GameStop Retro. With a small section of the physical games from the companies that still are releasing physical games. Like Nintendo. So far, Nintendo has not confirmed that they're stopped releasing physical products. I do believe Xbox might also go on this route because, as far as I know, they're still making the next Xbox console a PC hybrid where you can allow to buy. You can allow it to be used to. You can use your Steam account and download Steam games, and you can buy the games on the Xbox PC storefront. That means all your physical. That means they're probably going to stop doing physical releases as well. I think PlayStation is the first one to announce it, and Xbox is going to wait until this cools down because they're already in hot water with the whole layoff bullshit for the people on the internet. So they're probably just going to wait until that blows over and that calms down, and then this calms down, and then they're going to probably announce it as well. Like, oh, the next console will also be a digital only console. This is really bullshit. And I am not for this. I'm not for a digital only future. I am fully against physical media all the way. Physical media is amazing, awesome. I can watch a movie even if I have no internet. I can put in a disc and not have to worry about it fucking being lost, being stolen. I say stolen because someone had to break in and take it. Being removed from my collection. I don't have to worry about that. Of course, yes, there's disc rot, but if you take care of your discs, then disc rot is not that much of an issue. I truly think physical media is not going to go anywhere. Because I do believe there are people who will fight for it. If there is people willing to buy physical media, then people are willing to buy physical media. And companies making these shitty decisions, then they can just go fuck off. A lot of these decisions make me not want to just be a console gamer. Like, I'm really contemplating, like, maybe not even buying a PlayStation 6. Honestly. And just focusing on PC gaming. I know I love PlayStation's games. Love Uncharted, and if they announce a new Uncharted while I'm not a PlayStation gamer, then I'm gonna have to suffer because I don't want to deal with this bullshit. And I think Steam's better at customer service. I think GOG's better at customer service. So far, two of those companies were better at being consumer friendly than fucking PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. And it's just full bullshit. Of course, Epic Games is awful. Fuck Epic Games. Just gotta say that. I have an account, but I have not bought a single game from Epic Games. I only redeem the free games they give out. But fuck Epic Games. So far, the two best like PC digital storefronts is Steam and GOG. I truly do not care about all these news stories, and wish there was something truly better than all this bullshit that is going on through PlayStation. Them, like, I don't know. I don't agree with shutting down stores. I don't agree with that because if they're going to shut down a store, they say you can still be able to download your previously purchased content for the foreseeable future, even after the closing date. But I don't fully believe that. If they're able to close down the store completely, then they're able to stop you from downloading the shit that you own. And they've been proven to do that. So I don't agree with an all digital future, and I never have, and I never will. I think it is absolutely an awful future. And this truly is just bullshit. Like, all of this. Awful. Awful. Just awful. I I think all these companies, Xbox, laying off people, are it's just making terrible, terrible decisions, and it's. I was kind of thinking, like, should I talk about some other things, like just a game that like announced? There's a couple games that have been announced here and there that look good, that look great, and I would like to probably talk about them in the future or something, because I do love talking about newer games, like indie games and stuff. These are like the games I specifically been thinking about are like indie games, but this felt more like, I mean, I needed to talk about to to share because this is just dumb. It really is dumb. And so many companies just want to make these terrible decisions. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Fuck PlayStation, fuck Microsoft, fuck all these companies. So, anyways, tell me what you guys thoughts on this. Are you hating all this decision these companies are making? Are you not understanding why they're in competition to fucking make the worst decision after the worst decision? Are you all in full agreement? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me everything in the comments down below. If you like this video, do give it a like. And also, I have a Twitch. I like to plug it. I like to talk about it. Link in the description to the Twitch. Do give me a follow. I play a bunch of games on there. I'm a variety streamer. I play games from, newer games to retro games. I play AA, AAA, indie. I play anything that has a good story or just fun gameplay. I play whatever I feel like playing. It could be good or it could be a bad game. And mostly it will be a horror game because I do love the horror genre. So that's mostly what my channel focuses on. But I do play other games that isn't just horror. I talk about other things. So yeah, do give me a follow. I also do live reaction to game events like the Game Awards, Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase, Nintendo Direct, State of Play. Do all that. So give me a follow. Link in the description. I can put the URL that is on the screen right now. And also, if you like this content, subscribe. I do other episodes in this podcast, and I talk about other stuff. I talk about other gaming news. I also talk about movie news, and I also like to talk about I also do movie reviews. Why am I forgetting that? I also do movie reviews, and I probably do game reviews as well in these. So, subscribe. And I also post full game playthroughs on here as well. So, I have a couple videos that I plan to upload after this eventually. Eventually, I'll upload those videos. Right now, I'm going to have to move them back because of this video. Well, at least one of them. One of them was going to be released tomorrow. But I think I'm going to release this video as the day you're watching this, hopefully. And we're going to release it. So do subscribe to make content like this and other content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.